Network Entertainment.
Welcome to the Saab podcast. It's so hot.
It's so hot.
It's so hot. I was gonna do this podcast with my hair down.
Okay.
It was a whole thing.
This episode, we're gonna read a Malibag about what?
I skimmed it, because we always like to keep it a
Fresh.
surprise for both of us.
Mhm.
I skimmed it. It was about na nag-break sila ng boyfriend niya, and I think parang matagal na silang hindi, pero nalaman niya
Nag-cheat
na
pala.
may something pala while they were still together. So like, I don't know. I wanna read it. Sounds
Okay.
juicy. Okay. But before that,
Before that, I'm gonna talk about something that I wrote it down kasi
ano?
na we're at that age.
Okay.
Okay? But before that, we'd like to,
BBT.
we'd like
But
to
before
announce again, July 19, it's finally open. JimandSab.com
we get to play
/breakout.
together.
Okay, so we're gonna it's we talked about it in the previous pods, but this is our first pod kid get together. We opened up slots for
first
Jim and
pod kid
Sab
get together
for the year.
for the year
In a long time.
in a long time.
Yeah, so July 19, it's at the Linya Linya HQ. It's in Libis. Please make sure that you will go because the slots are very limited. We opened up the slots for Podtrons at jimandsab.com first. But now it's open to the pod. So sign up. It's cool.
Just go to jimandsab.com/breakout to get
Yes.
to that form, and make sure you have a
Extra
fun
shirt?
a fun day. Babasaan. Hindi. Make sure you have a fun attitude and hindi ka parang.
Di ka corny. Okay.
Pero no acting involved, nothing to put you on the spot or walang ganon.
Dapat meron.
Walang ganon.
Dapat meron.
Walang ganon. Introverts unite.
Dapat
okay.
meron.
Kung ayaw mo,
Okay,
like, okay
so
lang.
this is why I wrote this thing. Okay, we've reached that age where number one,
Oh, by the way, it's free. The event is free.
the reason why
We're
we-
at that age.
we wanted to talk about this because like we've been finding ourselves eating a lot at Sima, and we were eating there one time. And
Sima is a Persian
Greek.
Mediterranean
Yeah.
Greek.
It's Greek.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I'm
Yeah.
like
Hey Google,
kebab.
what is Sima? CYMA.
Kainis.
SEMA, often spelled SIMA, refers to two main things. One,
Ay, flop.
Flop. Oh, anyway. So
Okay.
if you haven't heard of it, it's like, and when we were kids, nakakatawa, ito yung discussion namin ni Sab nung we were eating there. Like, di ba when you were a kid, like, when we were, like, if our
Ay,
parents
sobrang di ko gets.
suggested,
Di ko
like,
gets yung Sima.
"Kunwari, can we eat on Sima? Kami, like, no way.
It's like,
Ano pa yung mga ganun? Marios. Diba?
yes.
Ano pa yung mga, parang, no way.
I think to be fair sa amin kasi it's like because we were 8 kids, it was always like it's got to be family friendly. So we didn't have a lot of those.
Gets. Pero, kunwari, like, for example, another one is like,
8 kids, can you imagine?
I can't imagine.
8 kids.
I can't imagine.
Mom, MVP.
Grabe, we just want to shout out to mom. We want to say, we were talking about this na, literally, mom should be a psychopath.
She should be. She should
She
be out
be.
of
She
her
should-
mind.
yeah, to
with
be,
everything she's
to be
gone
completely so, to be so normal and so cool after 8 kids is it's impossible.
through. You are a miracle, Pia Magalona. Joke.
Anyway, so that we realized as we were eating our roasted potatoes and our tzatziki.
Ano, hindi ko alam kung
Ano yun? Tzatziki?
wala pa ako sa level ng
Tzatziki.
wala pa ako sa level ng hindi ko alam yung tawag sa food. Oh my God, I'm so uncultured. Ang kinuha ko lang is like, may ano ba kayo? May beef sa kanin? Ano yung parang kebab nyo? Yun.
Hindi, I think, Connie, like for example, the Mary Grace joke, diba?
Mm.
To our younger, like it's a tita place. And like, ako for the longest time, I always see it. Like, I always wonder, like my mom saying like, kakain kami sa Mary Grace. Ako like, bakit? It's puro cheese slugs yun ah.
Yeah, ensaymada.
Bakit? Ba't dun? Tapos naalala ko nga one time like,
It took me a while to realize that there's more to it than cheese rolls.
exactly. Exactly. And ano, like, and masarap. And very,
Masarap.
masarap. Masarap. Okay, another thing na we've reached that age na parang things, basically ang point ko is things we're now enjoying na when we were younger, we didn't think like,
Yes.
would be like, huh?
Oh, dami yan.
True Value.
Oh,
When I was a kid, every time mag hardware store or True Value or I'd be like, gagawin ko dyan. Because every time I'd just go to the ano tawag doon? Mga battery section. I guess that's the funnest part, the aisle.
True Value is like a toy store for adults. I swear. It's like, it's saka talagang yung paglagay nila ng strategically placed items with like mga sale. And I'm like, diba?
Oo nga eh, oo
Para
nga eh.
siyang pagbata ka, tapos parang may
That's
Pokemon
true.
na nasa harap
But
mo.
do you know that there's this very, very intense...
And it's, sometimes it's like earplugs for or like stuff you don't need, mga
Yeah.
toilet seat cover for when you're
yung
camping or what.
Mopnado.
Hindi.
Mopnado.
That's a thing naman talaga. Tornado mop.
iMop.
360 tornado
iMop,
mop.
iMop.
iMop. Ang labo ng iMop.
iMop.
Sobrang
Kaya nga talaga,
Pati iBox.
Alam mo,
May iBox
hindi, kaya
na,
nga,
diba?
you know it came from China.
Bakit?
Nah, I'm from, those were like, oh, we're making iPhones, so let's make iBox. Diba? Diba? Totoo naman eh.
Okay.
So,
Is it really made in China?
most probably.
Probably. They manufacture everything there.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
going to the grocery,
I always liked that.
ako I didn't.
I always loved
You know
it.
what I always loved? Going to National Bookstore. Even as a
Ah.
kid. Pero ngayon, it's like True Value times 10 to me.
Ngayon,
When I go there, it's like I've been there a lot of times, and I'm just always like, ano yung, it's like drugs to me.
Saab has
It's
been
like pad paper, pad
Saab
paper.
requested for airtime for her to share. Ito yung girlfriend ko. Ano yan?
Trent,
Ano yan?
be nice to her.
Be nice to her. She's gonna talk about her fucking bookmaking project, okay?
So I've been in my homeschooling journey. I'm a homeschool mom now. Yes, and I'm not just buying the books that are recommended and the book list. I'm looking for them in the public domain because apparently when the copyright is over, it's now free for everyone. You can download it. So I downloaded all of the books. I'm printing them individually. Pero to save on paper, I'm printing them back to back. Tapos, ano siya, booklet style. And then I use a paper cutter. Tapos, I use my binding machine. And then I cut it. And then I've bought different sized spiral coils and wires. And it's really fun.
Nice. Pero grabe talaga.
You weren't very supportive.
No, but sobrang ganda talaga ng mga ginagawa ni Saab na books. Like sobrang ganda. So nice and clean and
Ito wala pa siyang
neat.
wala pa
So
siyang
neat.
cover.
man.
Pero ayan siya.
Yeah. Yan. Si Saab ang gawa na to. Galing. Okay. We're gonna go
Yeah.
into anything else? Ito pala, one last.
We probably lost like half of our listeners from that.
Yeah. Okay.
But
well,
that was
I guess,
that's my
I-
hyper focus for now. Sobrang init.
Sobrang init.
Ako
Sige,
lang
on mo na yung
ba?
fan. On mo na yung fan. FYI, kaya rin pala mainit kasi si Sav decided to eat 4 bananas and leave the banana peels in the trash can and sobrang baho dito sa studio.
You're supposed to throw the trash. I thought that was the...
The thing is kasi if you eat 4 bananas,
That means you didn't take out the trash for 4 days. I don't have 4 bananas in a day.
okay. Okay, Malibag.
Okay. So let's get to it.
Saan ba?
Here.
Okay, go.
All right.
Do your thing.
I broke up with my ex because he just stopped trying in the last few years of the relationship. Just kept lying to me about big and small things. Some are money related, like we had a joint account for the supposed wedding, And I found out later na I was the only one putting money in. And he just kept withdrawing, which was a joke because he's a Nepo baby. And I literally was just a corporate slave at the time. We were together for a long time, 10 years
Wow.
plus. And when I broke up with him after couples therapy, lots of conversations, etc., I didn't really tell anyone all of the issues we were having. Just said, we broke up because ayaw ko siraan siya, okay? Only to find out he was telling all his friends I broke up with him because he hasn't proposed yet. In one of our conversations closer to the breakup, he told me he'll propose na daw, and I was like, hell no, not with our current issues. So the audacity lang to tell that reason. Nagets mo yun?
Super.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in.
Anyway, it's been years. He got into another relationship. He proposed and he's now getting married. I don't really care, to be honest. I even only found out 4 months after the social media announcement because it popped up on my IG Explore, only to see that the reason he proposed on the date that he did was because they met on that date years ago while we were still together. I went back and checked our conversation, and on the day they met, I called him kasi wala siya halos paramdam. The fuck? Also, aside from all of this, his girlfriend and now fiance likes to attend events we organize. It's impossible to not know I'm part of the organizing team because my face and name are literally on their social media. Before I used to be meh when I see her sign up, just a little annoyed because who likes seeing their ex and his new girlfriend, diba? But now I'm more annoyed because what the F? On the day I found out, I immediately booked a therapy session, but until now it still riles me up when I remember this happened. This dude was making habol pa until before they hard launched the relationship, while also telling people I was the one who initiated the breakup. Tapos yun pala, he had been dating this girl since before we broke up. Ang kapal lang, umiinit pa rin ulo ko, pod parents. Like, okay. Lots to unpack.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations that you're not with him anymore. So snaps, right? Snaps,
Mhm.
snaps. But I get it. It's infuriating. But let's back up a little. Back
Okay.
up. Let's back up. If they met on that day, it doesn't mean anything happened, right?
Yeah.
So parang okay.
Okay. That was because they announced
Yeah.
that this is I proposed on this day because this is the first day we met.
Yes.
Okay. Met.
We met this on this day. So let's say we met on this baby. I proposed to you because this is the day that we met 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then
okay.
the girl's like, huh? Tayo pa rin ah.
Mm.
But
Sure met.
met.
Sure pa?
Met. Because they met on that date years ago.
Okay. Met. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
And I guess siguro this girl, the Malibag sender, is shocked kasi parang hindi niya ata kilala at all yung girl na to. So
Okay.
parang, oh, someone left a mark on you and hindi mo mention or anything kasi parang hindi niya kilala eh, di ba?
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts?
Well, ikaw muna. Ikaw yung mas magaling eh.
Okay. Thanks for acknowledging that. I think, 10 years is a lot to grieve. 10 plus years you spent with this person. So it's like a life stage for you, 'di ba? Parang medyo lalo na in your younger years, no? Parang you kind of meld into each other. So that person really becomes a part of who you are.
Mm.
Especially if you're in a committed relationship, right? So absolutely, even if I say congratulations, you're not with that guy anymore, let's acknowledge that it's only right that you grieve the relationship and yourself because that was you, diba? And even if I'm saying na parang, well, technically, di naman sila naging sila, they just met that day, there's still that sense of hurting and absolutely valid. It hurts. It hurts na, and their thoughts are gonna run through your head, right? Na parang, was it happening behind my back and all of that? And all of these things will happen. You're gonna I mean, if and when it happens, the spiraling and the rumination, know that it's perfectly normal, that it's gonna happen because it was a big part of your life, right?
Ako actually is ako if I could share like
Mm,
that's so true because like most people who don't move on from their exes
mm,
is starts from acknowledging that it's painful
mm,
and like kasi gets ko na parang whoa for 2 years na kayong break and affected ka pa rin or
mm,
4 years na kayong break or may asawa ka na and affected ka pa rin.
mm,
That's okay. Parang the first step is to at least be kind to yourself and
mm.
acknowledge like yeah, that kind of does suck. Like I lived a life with this person and then this person is now marrying someone
Yes,
else and
yes.
he never proposed to me
Mm,
and there's like this weird timeline thing that I want to fixate on
mm,
and like or this weird timeline thing that I'm, like shit, this is
mm,
making me think of did he
mm,
cheat on me or whatever. But the point ko is taking that first step of saying like, wow, this hurts and it's fine, but it's fine. I'm human. This is a human experience and God, it hurts
yeah.
or it's weird and
Mm,
I'm mad or
mm,
I'm jealous or
mm,
I'm angry or I'm
mm,
sad. Like
mm,
be kind to yourself
mm,
by by at least acknowledging that because if you don't,
yeah.
it's lalaban sa'yo. Like ako when I had my breakups because nga I grew up in such a, like grew up in an all boys school, na you have to not show vulnerability and
Mm,
show that you're sad. So like parang you can't be so sad because you broke up with a girlfriend.
mm,
May ganun eh.
mm.
So that's why it was so much harder to move on
Were
and
you pag ganun ba, parang ang lumalabas na lang instead is anger?
anger, resentment.
'Di
You'd
ba?
you'd
Because you're refusing to be sad about it.
Yeah, and sometimes you'd be ako in my instance like you realize that you're actually mad at yourself. That
Mm,
could happen.
mhm,
Like there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of like negative feelings, but
mm,
majority of it actually is towards yourself because you don't know how to express it. You don't know how to
yeah.
say it. You don't know how to say that you're sad.
Mm,
And not being able to say that you're sad is like one of the it's it's such a it's such a hindi siya ganun ka-obvious, pero it affects everything. Case
mhm,
in point, like ako, um, and has nothing to do with relationships, but let's say I'm stressed about work. But because I've primed myself that when I'm stressed, I have to go, go, go.
mhm.
That's my response. I don't stop and
Very
say, I'm
common.
stressed, and I don't stop and say, like, I'm scared. Oh my
Mhm,
God, I'm scared. To just say you're scared or to say you're angry or and then it took months and it would just seep out like these little bursts of things that I don't want to do but I kept doing.
mm,
And it's a simple fact that I was feeling very, very intense feelings. I never acknowledged them and they will seep out.
yeah,
So
yeah.
to our letter sender, what I would like to say is I would like to empower you to sit down with yourself and like say like don't be afraid to say like that it hurts or to say that
Write it down. Even if you're
yeah.
angry, i-journal mo yan. Thanks for sharing that.
Mm.
Love mo pa siya?
Eh, sino?
Psycho. Joke lang. Miss mo siya? Joke lang. Psycho. No, just kidding. Yeah, so I think what was happening to you is parang um what was happening to you is you were trying to run away from the sadness and the intense feelings. And you weren't parang hindi ka aware dito ah. It's just like there's intense feelings. So I'm gonna busy myself na lang. And I'll keep myself busy para hindi ko iniisip. And some people will do this through projects, even if it's productive projects, or they could be out with your friends drinking, trying to
Doom scrolling,
numb their
numbing.
emotions. And then it will, like what Jim said, it's gonna seep through. It's gonna keep going. Kasi hindi mo pinaprocess eh.
Mm.
You're running away. Hindi mo pinaprocess, so parang it's just gonna come out and come out. And so I feel like what's happening with you, because you said parang it still riles me up when I remember that this happened. And um maybe that's something you would like to do, and like sit down and process it and know that it's okay. I need to tell people this, because I know of some people who parang they feel so guilty about still feeling things about their ex, or like having parang still thinking about it, not
Yeah.
wanting to be with them, pero like, why am I affected? I feel so guilty because why am I so affected? But I'm
Yeah.
in a new relationship now. And for me, it's like, it's absolutely normal. That was a part of your life. It's okay that you don't, diba, na parang, na, yeah, you miss not the person, you don't want to be with this person. You miss that life that you have because that was you. You love you. Okay?
And also, Kwani, and another thing is like, um, it's like you are driving and parking in the same parking slot for 15 years.
Mm.
Just because you drive to, and then let's say one day, nag-iba yung parking slot mo.
That was a very sexual thing though.
What?
Like you drive and slot
Okay,
and
okay. So, Kwani, okay.
just kidding.
You bike into a slot every day for
Oh, a
15
slot?
years.
Yeah, okay.
Grabe talaga mga slot.
Okay, so
You
you
bike,
park.
you park
Tama, I'm kidding.
in a slot every day for 15 years. One day they say, okay, this slot, hindi ka na dito. You're going to the next slot.
Hindi kasi nag-propose tong slot na to. Hindi.
Drive ka, pagdating mo, alam mo na technically dapat kay slot B ka na, not slot A.
Mm.
Eh,
Pero
paano kung pagdating mo
umu-autopilot,
doon,
oo.
nag-autopilot ka na papunta ka sa slot B, ay slot A.
Mm.
It doesn't mean
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that your brain is broken or you literally cannot
Yeah. Or that you don't.
not park
Yes,
there.
oo.
It's just that that's life. You that was experience. That was repetition. That was it was a part of you. And I think with every breakup naman, it's that's the thing. Like you are broken and then you are made whole again to become this completely new person. And and that's
You learn a lot about yourself when you break up with someone, right? Ako, the best learning I had about myself is through breakups. I also want to acknowledge, I was kidding about the hindi nag-propose, because like Malibag Sanders said, like that's not the point. Like he actually did. It's not about that. Gets ko rin yung naiinis ka when you hear na the ex was saying stuff na iba sa common friends nyo. When you're like trying to protect him and like not saying anything. And then this guy is saying other stuff. And it's like,
anong sasabi, what do you do if your ex is bad mouthing you to your common friends?
ako, okay, wala akong pake.
Oh, care to expound?
I would say like ditch the friends who believe him. I mean, like, who cares? You can keep those friends. That's what I've done.
Actually, that's what I've done.
Diba? Parang, oh, okay, if these friends believe in that and think that I'm actually that kind of person who would do stuff like that, then I'm okay. Like, we don't have to be friends. Reminder, you don't have to be friends with everyone. Doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make them better people. You just don't have to be friends with everyone. You don't have to please everyone. And for me, kung alam mo naman yung totoo, and if it's like not damaging you in like a sense of parang ano ba, parang masira yung future ng career mo, ganon. Like if it's just
Gets.
if it's just
Not,
like
hindi naman crime
oh,
or
if it's just like
ano.
friends, parang siya nga yung mahabol sa akin.
Yeah.
So okay, isipin nila yun. Like that's embarrassing because like I know the truth, and it's
But it's easy for you to say because
easy for me to say. No, you know why? Yes, because I'm much older and
pero during that time,
During that time,
like you'd fucking
if you
lose
feel
it.
all of these feelings, absolutely, it's just right. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Go through it because that is life, honey. That is life. We are hurt, and it's in the hurting and in the pain that we are able to know what true love is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Nasar ka sa akin?
No, hindi.
Love mo pa siya?
Ay.
Yeah, so does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, we haven't talked about breakups in a while.
Ako, I would like to add lang na tama si Sab, like if those people are and they are not, they don't even talk to you or at least ask you, like, then why keep them as friends?
Mm.
Um yeah, so again, please go to jimandsab.com/breakout if you want to join our super fun July 19 event.
Instead of break up, break out.
Ganda. Ano pa?
Yeah.
That's it.
Ano pa ba? Again, ano bang ano?
Can
Yeah.
I r- take out some stuff from my list?
Sure.
Gusto ko pala gumawa ng reading of 50 Shades because I've never read it.
I've never, did I read? I think I read like the first part of the first
because
book.
because sorry, my Instagram, because of it's a lot of Dakota Johnson is coming up, right? She's
Yes.
everywhere on
Yeah.
Instagram, right?
Yes.
So I just when
Jim
I
is like super crushing on her.
crushing.
Little,
I'm really crushing on her personality.
but she also looks great.
Yeah, she does look great.
Hiya naman ako sa'yo. Crush ko yung personality niya. Okay. Calm down. I'm not threatened. You're allowed to have crushes, okay? Sino pa? Ang ano mo? Sorry, 50 Shades. We should do that
I
next
wanna do
pod.
I wanna do a reading of 50 Shades. Not fresh.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
Siguro nga mga ano yun, mga, and then he grabbed.
Oh my God. I think we've done this. Have we not?
Hindi.
Okay. Let's
She
do it for the
grabbed
next.
his ensaymada.
You know what? Let's do it now.
You want?
Yeah, let's do it. Like, okay.
Oh, sige.
Okay. Talk pala.
Ano pa?
Great.
Kasi I again, we've never read.
No. Okay.
We've never read the book. Sige. Sino?
Okay.
Eh,
Ikaw magbasa, Ken.
Ako mabasa. Okay. Okay.
Ayaw.
Right. Let's see how far you'll go. I withdraw my. I was gonna say my thumb. No. I'll read it. I withdraw my.
My thumb.
I
My
would.
thumb. Thumbs up.
I withdraw my thumb from her vagina. Open your mouth, I order. And when she does, I thrust my thumb between her lips. See how you taste. Suck me, baby. She sucks my thumb. My thumb hard.
Yung chan mo. Yung chan mo.
And for a moment, I imagine it's my cock in her mouth.
Kakatulog. Ayoko na.
Wala na sa. Wasas. One last.
Okay. Ew.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm like
Okay.
cringing.
Okay. Game.
Okay.
I palm her chunky ass.
I'm so sorry to our editors.
I palm her chunky ass.
Safe to say, if your kids are listening, they better not be.
I palm her chunky ass as I ease my weight onto her. I'm gonna take you from the butt, Anastasia.
Anastasia.
With my other hand, I grab her hair at the nape and tug gently, holding her in place. She cannot move. Her hands are helpless and splayed against the sheets, out of harm's way. You are mine, I whisper. Only mine.
But parang demonic naman. Oh my God. Okay. You know, after
That's
this,
fun.
Jim, there's a challenge actually on TikTok
Oh,
na parang you and me will role play. Hindi naman ganito ka-graphic, but like book talk. Mga he leans against the, mga ganon. And like,
Ah.
We can try that.
Okay, tara.
And then we'll post it as snippets on Wake Up.
Okay.
Okay.
That was fun.
That was
Bye.
fun. That was so gross.
Bye.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.